This is a bit of an experiment. Going into Little Valley, New York, I've had a request from some of my folks on Facebook that we grew up around here. They said, how about a little bit of a Little Valley tape? So, we're going to do Little Valley. Yeah, we're just coming from Randolph down the hill into the village here. This, for the guys down the Big Star, this is the town that I grew up in. Your old dad was the sheriff here, and I swam in the swimming holes here, and went to school here, and did the things that young foolish men do in their hometown. Village of Little Valley. This was the original home of Case Knives. There's a building down the road here that used to be called Kinfolks Cutlery. And the reason it was called Kinfolks is because that's who worked there. It was all the kinfolks. So that's what they named it. But old J. Elliott Case, way back in the 1800s, was the instigator. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a left here on 9th Street, take you over to Fairgrounds, to one of our points of pride. This county seat, by the way, Little Valley. Like I said, dear old dad was a sheriff, and this was where he was domiciled, so to speak. We'll take you down past the jail, the old jail complex that I grew up in. No longer there. It was tore down about 35, 40 years ago. Beautiful old complex, but for some reason the folks in those days thought that, well, out with the old and in with the new. And the building that had originally been there was built in 1848, but they knocked her down. But dead ahead of us is the Cattaraugus County Fairgrounds. And I like to think that this is one of the neatest little fairgrounds anywhere. Got a slick little fair here, good midway. It's one of the few places you'll go in. You pay your gate ticket, and all the rides on the midway are free after that. You don't have to pay any further thing. This thing also doubles as a racetrack. The horse track is a half-mile trotter track, and certain times of the year they have races. I think September 18th is the next one, but that's the main gate to the Cattaraugus County Fairgrounds, and I've spent many a happy weekend there. Something going on right now, I don't know what, but it's not the fair. Little Valley Speedway must be a race. Yeah, it could be. There might be races this week. Anyway, I'm going to cut across over here to what we call Court Street. And this is the street that I grew up on in Little Valley. It's just pretty much like any other street, except that the county buildings are down here. The jail and the county courthouse and the clerk's office, motor vehicles and all that is down here. So this was a street that I had my adolescence on. Pretty good place to be. The building I'm going to show you is not what I grew up in, but it's a replacement. The place that I did was tore down, like I say, about 40 years ago, and it was replaced with this, which you see here on the left. And at one point, dear old dad, my father was the head man over this. He was the county sheriff from 1933 to 1963. And the only thing that's left of my time here is that tree. You see that bench right there? That's called a slippery elm, I think. And that thing was there. I called it an umbrella tree. And that was there when I was a kid. And that thing shed water like an umbrella. That's the reason I called it an umbrella tree. Because when it rained, if it didn't rain too hard, I could go under that and stay dry. That was Jeannie Ellis's house there. Richard Heitzenreger, his old man, was the Methodist minister. He's now a fellow at Duke University at the Divinity School down there. Scott Smith lived there. He was one of the big lawyers in town. And on down, we're going down Court Street to Main Street. I think Darrell Mackey will get a real kick out of what I'm doing here, because Daryl's from Little Valley, same as me. And he was the one that said, hey, how about some Little Valley stuff? Not going to get to do old David Byrd just now, Daryl. You'll notice that Papa Davis's house is no longer there. Papa Davis was one of the iron men of the town. He ran the Cattaraugus County Bank, and of course he'd been dead a good many years. And the bank has now grown into some kind of monolith. It's probably the biggest bank in these parts. It's the Milks Hotel. We used to get a lot of our drunks for the jail out of there. This is Main Street, all one block of it. It is some different than when we lived here, but it was Main Street, parked in the middle of the street. You did, and if the street was empty, you could do some fine donuts out here. I mean, we had a cop named Sharky that used to sit around, and Sharky just get all upset. We'd get in this wide spot here and do some circular burnouts and whatnot. Anyway, I'm holding up traffic, so I'm going to kind of move on. There's the fire hall there. I'll go down past the school where I went to school. Little Valley Central, the land of the Black Panthers, which has now been rolled into the Cattaraugus Little Valley school system. They've actually, they haven't closed this school, but this is no longer exclusive to Little Valley, and now it's part of a larger thing, and kind of upsets me. They call them the Wolverines now, and of course my question is, what the flip is a Wolverine? But that's the way it is. This is Rock City Street. And we've almost gone all the way through town. As you can see, it's not a thriving metropolis. It's fallen on lean times here in later years, but it was home, and it was a great place to grow up, and still pretty neat little town. I'm told that most of the industry such as there was, there's a lot of cutleries. There was Kinfolks, there was Cattaraugus Cutlery, there's a lot of knives made here. They're all gone. Borden's had a plant that they powdered milk here. It's gone. Bush Brothers Furniture had a plant up here on Fair Oak Street. It's gone. So I'm told that most of the folks live here now are on welfare, because there's just nothing to do. But it was home to me. Here comes a guy, looks like got a Dodge Demon. I love Mopars, and that is a Dodge Demon. Yep. So I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna shut this off. I hope that somebody enjoys what I'm doing, and I hope I can get it loaded, because it's pretty extensive. And Daryl, yeah, we're in now an old A.L. Sibley's parking lot down here. A.L.'s long dead, but the place is still here. Anyway, folks down the Big Star, that's my hometown, and hope I can load this. I'm going to try something new when I get home. Anyway, thank you much.